The Golden State Warriors are bracing for life without Kevin Durant after he suffered a sprained MCL and bone bruise in a loss to the Wizards on Tuesday night. The Warriors will re-evaluate Durant in 4 weeks. On Wednesday's episode of The Herd, Colin Cowherd explained how the Warriors could become the latest super team to fall victim to the downside of being a super team. Cowherd, superteams are not sustainable. Cowherd, superteams are not sustainable. Every single time in the NBA we create a super team, everybody freaks out. Oh my god, the big three in Boston. It's not fair. Can't believe LeBron's going to Miami, this is not fair. Kevin Durant's going to the Warriors, this is unfair. Kyrie and LeBron in Cleveland. Miami Heat, 4 years, only 2 titles and we're Ray Allen jumper away from 1. Celtics, KG, Allen, Pierce, Ronto, 5 years, 1 title. LeBron and Kyrie and Love together, didn't win the first year. Lakers with Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaq, and Kobe, never won a final. These super teams are not sustainable, and the reason they not sustainable is because the super teams, we should relabel them and call them the super old teams. Cowherd, super teams, in general, are full of veteran players who are more susceptible to injuries. Cowherd, super teams, in general, are full of veteran players who are more susceptible to injuries. Remember, in the NBA, to be a star you've got to be around a while. Even LeBron took a while to come into the league and become LeBron, right? So most of the super teams are a collection of veteran players who have been in the league, who have been multiple All-Stars, who have $100 million of net worth, who have shoe deals. They're 27, they're 28 years old, they've got a lot of miles on those tires. They've often played in multiple playoff series. They've often been to finals themselves before joining the super team. Super teams are super old teams, and I'll prove it to you. Look at the 5 super teams that have been put together. The exact same thing has happened to all 5 super teams. The 2003-04 Lakers. The 2003-04 Lakers. Let's start with the Lakers. Gary Payton, Karl Malone, Shaq, and Kobe. Totally unfair. What was their undoing? They went into the finals as a favorite and Karl Malone got hurt. Why? Because he was old. The 2007-12 Celtics. The 2007-12 Celtics. Let's get to the next super team, the Celtics. KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. It's unfair. They won a title year 1, it's going to last forever. By the second year, and they were great the first 2 years, the second year they were 62-20, the first year they were 66-16. But what happened in that second year? Kevin Garnett got hurt, and they were never the same because they got old. The 2010-14 Miami Heat. The 2010-14 Miami Heat. Let's go to the Miami Heat. Do you remember the Miami Heat? Where Dwayne Wade was constantly hurt. Chris Bosh was constantly hurt, and their last year in Miami, do you remember what they looked like against the Spurs? Old, tired, beat up and slow. And LeBron knew it and left. The current Cleveland Cavaliers. The current Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go to LeBron, Kyrie, and Love. This is outrageous, I can't believe it. First year, what happens? Kyrie and Love get hurt in the finals. The current Golden State Warriors. The current Golden State Warriors. Now let's go look at the Warriors. Well, what do you know? They're all beat up and hurt. Steph's had multiple injuries. Kevin Durant had 3 surgeries in 6 months 2 years ago, and now he's hurt again. We're petrified of super teams. We do this all the time. Life's never, it may be awful for a moment, but take a deep breath. Life's never as great or horrific as it feels in the moment. These super teams are super old teams. That Miami Heat team? Got old, fast. Celtics got old, fast. Lakers got old, fast. This Cavs team, this Warriors team, it's not sustainable. Cowherd, It's impossible to have a balanced super team that has depth. Cowherd, it's impossible to have a balanced super team that has depth. And the other thing is, to create a super team you've got to give stuff up. Miami, LeBron, Bosh, Wade, what did they give up? They couldn't get a center. They couldn't afford one. They had no bench. They couldn't get an elite point guard. That Laker team that had all those guys, Payton, Malone, Shaq, Kobe, didn't have a great bench. Got to the finals, Malone was hurt, they got clobbered by the Pistons. This Warriors team. To become a super team, what happened to this Warriors team? They gave up Mo Spates, they gave up David Lee, they gave up Andrew Bogut. Leandro Barbosa. They have no bench. They gave up all their size. So to create, in a salary cap league, a super team, you've got to give up bench players that are valuable. Never forget, the Warriors won that final. Does anyone remember who was great? And